When you're staring at a lawn that stretches farther than the curb, and wondering whether a battery-powered mower can really replace a gas engine, it's easy to feel stuck between the promise of zero emissions and the fear that you'll end up with a machine that can't keep up with the grass. I'm going to walk through exactly what the Greenworks 60V MaximusZ Zero Turn actually does on a typical suburban property, so you can decide if the price tag and the bundle of batteries makes sense for your situation. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First, let's talk about the core question most buyers ask: will this mower finish my yard without me needing a spare charger on hand? The MaximusZ comes with a 60-inch heavy-duty deck and two 20Ah batteries plus four 8Ah packs, plus a 1.5 kilowatts fast charger that claims to bring a 20Ah pack up to full in roughly an hour. In real-world terms, that translates to about 45 minutes of continuous mowing per full charge, assuming the mower is operating at the rated blade speed of 17,900 feet per minute. For a property that's around 2 acres, roughly 87,120 square feet, that's enough to cut the entire space in a single run, which is where cut up to 4.4 acres becomes a marketing ceiling rather than an everyday expectation. If you have a modest acre yard, the extra batteries are essentially overkill. You'll likely finish in 1,012 minutes, and you'll have plenty of backup power for a second pass if you need a clean edge. The upside here is that the large deck slices through tall grass in one go, so you won't be stopping to pull the mower over thick patches, as you would with a smaller residential model. On a larger property, the ability to keep the engine humming at a constant 17,900 fpm means you get a clean, even cut without the mower stalling or the blade losing momentum, which is a frequent complaint with lower voltage battery mowers. Now, let's dig into the practical strengths that matter once you're out in the yard. The zero-turn steering feels intuitive after a couple of minutes of practice. Because the mower uses two independent drive motors, you can pivot on the spot, which is a huge time saver around garden beds, trees, and tight corners. For someone who spends weekends shaping a landscape or maintaining a home-based garden, that maneuverability reduces the number of overlapping passes by roughly 20% compared to a traditional rear-wheel drive mower. Another real-world benefit is the commercial-grade power claim. In my testing, the mower handled a mix of wet, thick fescue and dry Bermuda without the motor bogging down. The 60-volt system delivers enough torque to keep the blade speed steady even when the deck is loading up with clutch grass. That consistency is where you see the value beyond simple numbers. You get a cleaner finish with less scouring on the lawn surface, which can be an issue when the blade speed fluctuates under load. The bundle includes a 4-year warranty and what Greenworks calls premium comfort. The seats are padded and adjustable, which is a small but noticeable perk during those longer mowing sessions. The deck steel construction does add weight, so the mower sits firmly on the ground and doesn't bounce over rough terrain. If you have uneven ground or small hills, that stability helps the mower stay level, delivering a more uniform cut. On the flip side, there are a few hidden trade-offs you need to consider before you click Add to Cart. The most obvious is the charger's power draw. The 1.5 kilowatts charger is fast, but it also requires a dedicated 120-volt outlet that can handle the wattage continuously. In a typical garage, you'll be plugging it into a standard wall socket, which is fine, but if you're in a tighter space, you may need to rearrange outlets or invest in a dedicated circuit. That adds a small but real installation cost. Battery handling is another area where the everyday experience differs from the spec sheet. The 20Ah packs are heavy, each one weighs about 25 pounds, and swapping them out while the mower is in the middle of a run can be a bit awkward. The process is straightforward, but you'll need a sturdy surface to place the batteries while the mower sits. For users who want to keep mowing non-stop, having a spare 20Ah battery is practically mandatory, which does increase the total cost of ownership beyond the base price. Noise is often cited as a reason to go electric, and the MaximusZ delivers on that front. The motor hum is significantly quieter than a gasoline engine. However, The noise isn't completely absent, especially when the blade is cutting tall, thick grass. You'll still hear a moderate whir that can be heard a short distance away. If you live in a neighborhood with strict noise ordinances, it's quieter than a gas mower, but not silent. One practical weakness that shows up when you try the mower on a slope steeper than 10% is the loss of traction. The zero-turn system shines on flat or gently rolling lawns, but on a steep,